This particular project is about documentation of the hand-woven techniques. Only in handloom we can do multiple techniques. You know, the techniques that are not possible by machine are manufactured in handloom. And India is known for handloom textiles, and the colors and the and natural dyes. Earlier it was all about natural dyes, and the use of cotton. We Indians were the one to find the cotton and how to use it and how to color it. The coloring is the secret of the whole the trade aspect of Indian textiles. So from the historical time even today. And like I said, the world came to us for the textiles. And what happened was, during the colony time, most of the technique died. And how it died was, it's another story, but I wouldn't want to go into it. But our textiles was collected in many of the museums in India and abroad. And sadly enough, the textiles that are being collected in our country is not being displayed in the museum. And in India, last century, the textiles are in abundance. So we really do not know the value of the handloom textiles. You know, we buy it, we wear it, and we really don't care what we are wearing. This particular thing came, I thought, why not do a book or, on the technicality of Indian textiles. How much do I know? I do not know much. So why not I start doing it? So meantime, I started collecting, writing down notes. What are the techniques that I know and how to group it and things like that. And and in this book, I mean, the inventory which I prepared, the directory of hand-woven textiles in India, weaving techniques with swatches. With swatches, when I say with swatches, textile is all about, the visual and the tactile quality. Unless you touch it, you really do not get the feel of it. Anybody wouldn't, I mean, these days online shopping is going haywire, but then the actual beauty is the Indian textile is all about the tactile quality. So why, and in handloom, basically, it is the reverse of the textile that shows the complexity of the any textile. We do not, seeing the face of the textile, it will not reveal how complicated it is. So the beauty lies at the reverse of the textile. And none of the published book really focuses on that area of, explaining those areas. Even if they write it, it will be very difficult to comprehend for a layman to understand, or, even if somebody wants to suddenly takes interest to know what is Indian textile, they'll be immediately forced to close the book because they will not understand what it is. So based on that, I thought, okay, well, let me identify all the technicality from an introduction. I mean, why this project, why this book is made, or why this inventory or the directory is made, and what is handloom. Because many of us, I mean, many of the present generation or people outside the country do not know what is handloom. So a brief introduction of handloom, the parts of the loom, and what are the basic terms that are used in textile, and how do we identify from there. So this is what my presentation is about. Okay, this is just to say what is a what, but this is more technical. So but when one take the book and goes through it, they know what it is, what they are looking at. Unless they know the first 4-5 pages, they will not be able to understand. It's just 4-5 pages, and bullet points they have to read, or in more of a definition kind. Can we go to the next? To say what are the basic weaves, and based on that only the complex techniques are constructed. So there are 3 basic weaves. So here to show how a design is created by introducing, we have, everybody are wearing textile here today. So say for 1 inch by 1 inch, if there are 10 threads by 10 threads, the warp and the weft 10 by 10, if we are going to add 2 or 3 more threads to the warp or to the weft to create a design, it is called extra warp or extra weft. So, this is the kind of information that has been given in the book for easy understanding, meaning I call it book because eventually I would like to, the whole idea is, in the objective it is proposed, it will be published. Okay, so this is to show, here it's the face and the reverse of the textile. So this is for the easy understanding. So when we incorporate the swatches, like it's here. Can you just open and show one of the pages? And so the of the textile is different from one technique to the other. Two of the textiles which I couldn't afford to buy for the book, I put some swatches, and because the weaver, they say we do not have the sample, and even if you place an order, it's going to take 6 months to 1 year. And even if it is ready, it's going to cost you 1.5 lakhs to 2 lakhs. So now I'm in I placed an order to few weavers. Please do it for me, and those samples will be incorporated soon. These are the beauty of the handloom textile. So, you know, I really cannot, I mean, I do not want to be too technical about it, but once this is out, this will give an easy understanding for the researchers, and the awareness, you know, awareness of handloom textile. And even if you want, here again there is a problem, even if you want to come out with 1,000 books, it's not going to be possible because there are no weavers again, and most of the tradition is dying, and the idea is to document whatever is right now, you know, being done, because we've lost many of the traditions, which is so, difficult to revive, and partially has been revived. And but with the sustainability becomes a big question. Who are the buyers and things like that? And so the whole idea is to document what is being practiced now before it dies or before it goes off, or to help the sustainability at a very small level. You know, the whole idea is that. And this is also to show the different types of making a particular motif, and all that will be there in the inventory with the actual swatches for one to feel about. And this is to show, you know, how the design laboriously it is done. It is not a shuttle goes like this. Each and every thread is inserted manually. Here it's we need most of the techniques. We need 2 weavers. Yeah, this is to show the different kinds of material and what are the techniques that are being involved in making it. The beauty of handloom, like I said, and it's all about the tactile, and the reverse of the textile gives you the whole idea of how complex it is. And nowadays they are, you know, introducing new gadgets to even mechanize the hand-woven thing. And yesterday in Varanasi, I was surprised. The booty, what was inserted previously by hand, they have introduced a new gadget with a magnetic thing. They just pull it, and it's, you know, I wanted to cry. They have kind of mechanized. In another few months, they will master it, and you will not have the typical hand-woven textiles in the market. Down the line, 5 years, it will be gone. And this is the python, what we call it as the tapestry technique, or pythony. Most of you all must be familiar with this. And this particular technique was woven in many parts of the country in 1850s, that is mid-19th centuries. But today it is confined to python, and it is called pythony because it is woven there. You know, I don't know when the name came to be called as pythony, but the technique was woven in Tanjavur. Can you go to the next slide? Yeah, can we go to the next? Yeah, this was woven in Tamil Nadu, which is there in the Watson volume. This is one book which is published with the swatches in 1867, which is at the Victoria and Albert Museum, London. And these textiles, these are all pythony, which was all done in Tamil Nadu. And today, you know, I mean, the term, everything here, I'm actually focusing on the terminology also. There is a lot of terms that are being, like today, with this I'll complete it. The word batik, everybody relates to Java or Indonesia. I mean, but the whole technique originated in South India. And we have a word called Meligalit. And the term we lose it. The word kalamkari is so Persian. We have a word to it. In Tamil it is Neerelithu. In Telugu it's Rattapani. So, you know, we are losing our local terms as well. So this inventory will be focusing on the local terminology as well. And thank you for the opportunity.